have to leave absolutely everything that is within you out there today if you're wearing a Monsters uniform. Cleveland, speaking of the uniforms, in white today with those blue numerals trimmed in black and gold, white helmets, black pants, white socks, again left to right in the first period, right to left, top affiliate of NHL Montreal. It's the Rocket de Laval. Red uniforms, white numerals, blue helmets and pants, red socks, they're right to left in the opening period. Monsters begin with Joseph Labate. Down the middle, Justin Pearson and James Malatesta on his wings. It's the fourth line today. Again, Brindley out, Dumais in. So it changes the lines ever so slightly. You've got Sposal and Matejchuk on the top pair, and Jet Creeves in net for Cleveland. As for the Rocket, they will begin with their captain, Lucas Condata, between Raphael Harvey-Pinard and Xavier Simoneau. Wotherspoon on defense with Lindstrom in front of Caden Primo as the puck is down at center, and we're underway in the opening frame of this one. Monsters split 2 games in this building in March, an overtime win and a shutout defeat. And so Cleveland into the O zone with Labate falling and relinquishing the puck, and the crowd immediately loud and vocal here. It's back to the Cleveland zone. Reversed by Matejchuk, picked up by Sposal. Just underway in the first period of game number 3. Labate ahead, Sposal with room, loads, fires out of the left circle. It's stopped by Primo, he'll cover, and immediately pushing and shoving, and it turned back by Grimaldi's pressure. Grimaldi takes it away, tries the wraparound, and then it slipped it over the crossbar. That is tremendous effort from Rocco as the threat is ongoing. On the right wall, and then out at the blue line, Kinozko and Ole Julian Bjorkvik home. Broken stick off the draw. That's Labate's. And now Labate drops the gloves with Jack-Eye. We're going to have a fight. Jack-Eye with an overhand right, Labate hanging in there, and then Jack-Eye immediately goes for the spear tackle takedown, pushes him over his heels, and down they go. But the 2 heavyweights don't get too many licks in before this one ends.
Good job by Joseph Labate there. His stick broke on the play. He's not. I don't know why Jack-Eye's doing the arm raise. There was a little bit of a wrestling match. They had about 1 punch each. So.
Well, these fans are ready to get excited, and excited is what they are right now. 14-10 left in this first period. It's almost like it wasn't quite a fight, just the way they started in close and were wrapped up, and maybe only 1 or 2 punches even released in total for the 2 players.
Yeah, it was Jack-Eye threw the first one before Labate was able to get out. Like, Labate was down lower than him on the face-off, so he was starting from underneath, and then Joseph got 2, and then Labate wrestled him to the ground. Jack-Eye wrestled him to the ground.
Well, good to get, the tone set one way or the other here. The Monsters back to business now, again scoreless in game 3. Against the wall, the puck forced off now past Kinozko, and now it's a breakaway. Alex Barré-Boulet whips on the shot. Just fanned on it completely, and there was no one between him and the netminder. Then in the slot, wedge towards Greaves, right pad save. Penalty coming against Cleveland, and Kinozko will touch the Monsters' head to the kill. Pass gets past the forechecking McCown. This is Wotherspoon ahead. Nice reception on the feed right circle. The shot by Kapanen, stopped by Greaves, and he will cover it with 8:32 left in this opening period. We are scoreless. Another media timeout. We'll take a break from Place Bell. It's 0-0 in game 3 of the North Division Semifinals. It got jammed in a seam in the dasher, it looked like. Then he and Delbel Blues cancel. Sposal working on Condata in the corner. Fix Wolanski, scrapes one up, and this will be carried ahead by Guillaume Richard. Feeds it to Mikhail Pucha, then clips it towards the net of Primo. And behind the play, way back, as Primo covers in the Laval net, we've got a fight of sorts going on between Harvey-Pinard and Fix Wolanski. Trey's helmet came off, his gloves never did. Both guys were throwing punches. Harvey-Pinard's gloves were off. Not sure what that was.
Yeah, they were punching each other, and they were holding on to each other in the corner. And then the punches started, both with gloves on.
Well, both players are in the box, presumably for roughing minors, and we will take a media timeout. No score in game 3. 5:52 left in the opening period from Laval. Twisting away from Dauphin. Now he hands off for Kinozko. Long shot sails wide. Dumais lost his glove, picks it up in the slot. Puck along the left wall for McCown. Comes out Kinozko, swats it towards the net. Dumais chops it in front on net. Grimaldi, but Primo the save, and he pounces to cover up.
A nice pass by Dumais there to Rocco. Blindly he's facing center ice, and behind him is the net. He passes a backhand pass to Rocco, who beat his guy off the wall. But Primo was Johnny on the spot there. Made a nice save.
Now it's Malatesta in the corner. He's going to hand off left point. This is Guillaume Richard. Slips his way past Kapanen. 7 seconds left to the slot. It's on net. Pearson got a shot loose. Kicked out by Primo. The rebound to the end boards, and that'll do it. Horn sounds, and the first period is over. But, Jock, with the exception of the loss of Matejchuk for the time being, that was about as good a period to start the game as Cleveland could have hoped to have. It's going to be from a sharp angle, but came right back to him. Monsters see Pinelli now, one too many cross-checks on Simoneau. I mean, he took 4, maybe 5, and he'll go to the box for the 5th and final one. It'll be a power play for the Rocket.
You need, this time of year, you call one penalty.
Fanning on a shot was Waugh, kind of fell down the slot there and ping-ponged its way to the corner. Now on the right side, Barry Belay out high. Logan Mailloux, long shot, saved. Graves, what a stop on the rebound! Got it with the right pad, his offhand denied. Del Bel Blues twisting, fires off the leg there of Candata.
Simoneau just holding Rocco Grimaldi. He had no stick, and he's just holding him in front.
And Rocco throws his stick against the wall and lost his glove. He was so fired up because he was just literally mugged in front of the net with the puck, I don't know, 40 feet away. Rolls back out left point. This is Logan Mailloux. Mailloux's pass to the right circle, wide front, out of midair. Oh, it was hammered on net. Greaves threw his skates at it, made the save, and Cleveland emerges with the puck as McCown throws it off the wall, and Jet has a cheap liftoff. Headmans to Reinbacher, gains the line onside. Davidson back to Reinbacher, right point, down the slot. Glanced off his stick, Pinelli's got it, calling for a feed, it's a shot, a breakaway for Roman Ashad, waits, carries behind the net, centered in front, loose, Gambrell fires, he scores! Dylan Gambrell breaks the ice late in the second period, and in game 3, it's the Monsters that strike first to make it 1-0.
Well, a great job by Roman Ashad there. He has the break. He tries to beat Primo. Primo stays with him, but goes down. Roman goes around the net. And I think he tried to wrap it, and then I think it just bounced off someone, came right out to Dylan Gambrell, who was coming down the pipe.
As we did have an early matinee start time for this third game, Monsters left to right and wide. Off the entry, it was a pass to Waugh, who fired, and Greaves a bit deep in his crease there, but able to make the glove save. Hangs on to it.
Great save there.
Beck fed across, Waugh hustled it. Greaves all over it. Momentum carrying him back towards the crossbar. Sure-handed.
Created a lot of chances the first 2 games for Laval.
Draw controlled by the Rocket again. Now fed across, one-timer, Greaves made the save. They try to push it in. It's still loose, the net's off, the whistle blows. Greaves with a full split, denies to that right post as it was Beck teeing off.
Yeah, I think it hit it. Raw thinks it's in, but I don't know if they'll go to the thing, but it hit a stick on the way, and then Jet got back over because it just slowed it down enough.
Well, as the Laval players were saying it was in the net, we saw it pushed back out of the crease from about a foot in front of the goal line. So it's going to take, if they're going to take a look here, the overhead view to tell the story. Fix Wolanski comes out, as does Kandata at the edge of the referee's crease, as the 2 referees, one of the linesmen, are chatting about whether to take a look at this or not. Looks like they will take a look at video review. So under review, a breakdown near the Monsters net after a great stretch by Greaves to the right post. The call on the ice, no goal. They're showing the overhead view now.
That's no goal. You can't push the goalie into the net.
You cannot push the goaltender into the net. The puck was under his right leg, and it was clearly his right pad being pushed in.
I remember we got in trouble years ago.
Here's the official call. No goal. And listen to the fans respond. Turns up the right wing wall, stretches things out, hits Pinelli. Pinelli has Gambrell, left circle. Pinelli slides Gambrell. He scores! Dylan Gambrell's got his second of the game, and the Monsters have a 2-0 lead in the third.
What a play by Luca Pinelli. He had everyone in the building biting on that fake shot, sliding it over to the empty net, and Dylan Gambrell gets his second goal, and none easier than that. A great pass, and I'm not sure on the defenseman that moved it up to Luca.
It was Ashad. So it's the same scoring as on the first goal, although Pinelli this time the primary, not the secondary, and Ashad likewise the secondary, not the primary.
You never know from game to game.
Greaves, a great save off the draw and a terrific follow-up as Beck was denied on that left post. Rockets storm north out of their own zone. Alex Barre-Ballet shook it to Farrell. The entry was
Sean
imprecise.
almost had a breakaway on that.
And now thrown ahead. Here is a shot. A short-handed breakaway. He scores! Roman Ashon with his third point of the game makes it 3-0 Monsters in game number 3.
Well, he almost had a breakaway a second ago, and then he ended up getting it. A nice flip pass. He caught it with his glove. Great move on Primo. Pulled him right over and flipped it over his shoulder. And what a game Roman Ashon is having.
Farrell through center. Around the end boards. All the way over left corner. Falling in onto the end wall there. Monsters see it worked over to Dauphin. Now from below the goal line, Canazgo. He's just going to turn and fire it just wide left on the net, but Primo came out to get a piece of it. Seconds remaining on Richard's penalty. He'll step back onto the ice. Monsters up 3-0 in game 3. Here's Dauphin into the O-zone. To the slot, tap back to him. Greaves comes out, throws his skates at it, but Laval scores. Greaves with an old school attempt there, but it gets beneath him, and the Rocket have their first goal. It's 3-1 thanks to Laurent Dauphin.
A little scramble. Jet made a big save, and I'm not sure if they just poked it in under after the big save.
He came out to try to deny a little centering feed through his legs. I don't think it was Dauphin. I think it was Trudeau.
Trudeau might have got it.
It was Dauphin that had the initial touch, and then it was a clearing bid by Sposel. I think came off of Trudeau, and then he was able to shoot it back in. So the time of the goal, we'll look from overhead now that the play is over. Dauphin had the initial chance.
Oh, yeah.
Did he tip it
That's
on
a
its
good
way
goal.
in?
It's a good call.
Of game 3. Monsters still have some ground to cover. This one chopped in front of the net. Greaves a big save, a follow-up. What a stop! Oh, did he get a piece of that as it goes perhaps off the netting in the corner? But Greaves pushed forward out to the shooter and made a miraculous save. Clock continues to roll. We're down to 7 seconds left in game 3. Cleveland keeps their hopes alive for another day, in fact, another couple days. Horn sounds, game 3 is over. It's a 3-1 final. The Monsters win it, and we've got a game 4 on Tuesday night at 7 back here at Place Bell as the Monsters are still breathing.
Mayu just slashed Labate right in front of the referee. He might be suspended anyways.
Oh, and he goes back, a spear on Malatesta for good measure.
Yeah, he may be suspended anyways for his hit, so.
Why not make sure of it? You had 60 minutes to do something about it. You want to wait until the game's over to start talking.
Well, I mean, the ref was right there when he slashed it. It wasn't a vicious slash or anything, but he definitely was looking for something.
Well, Jock, let's sum it up. The Monsters win game 3. That means that game 4 is Tuesday night at 7 o'clock.